So yeah, feels good to be back.
Yeah, we're in a little routine again.
I know, right? And then I think we're taking next week off though, so it's like, but it'll be good. We need our little breaks every now and then. But no, it's worth it though. We're hoping to bring you guys some more Ladylike on locations coming up too, which is always a lot of fun. Yeah. But there's, I feel like things are kind of getting back to, some fun this week. We've got football starting. We've got volleyball starting. Kind of, you want to share? I know we've got quite a bit of them are at home this week, right?
Yeah, I was looking online earlier. So Texas High plays tomorrow at 4:30.
Okay.
Liberty Ilo plays at Queen City at 4:30 tomorrow.
Okay.
And then Arkansas High plays at 5.
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
And then PG doesn't play until, hopefully I have this right, but they will play on Friday, and they're at home as well, and they'll start at 4:30. Then you've got PG football at home Friday. One of the girls that's here said Texas High is going to be home on Friday. They're playing John Tyler, and I'm sure some other ones are that I might be missing. But, of course, if you follow Texarkana Game Day, we'll keep you updated on all of that good stuff. So
absolutely. And then tomorrow night is Fired Up, right? With Jessica.
Yes. Okay. So if you have seen our post about Fired Up and what it is, I'll kind of remind you again. But Fired Up is going to be a community drill team that is brought to you by Red Door Dance Academy here in Texarkana. And it is going to be a drill team for dancers grades 5 through 8. And what it does is it kind of gives them that drill team. Several of the schools around here don't offer drill team until high school. And so this is just a great way to give them that drill team experience, help prepare them for high school drill team. And hopefully they'll have a lot of performance opportunities too, whether it be at, some of the local high school football games, anything Game Day may have going on event wise. And so tomorrow at 5:30, we will have an informational meeting. It will be located in the Game Day headquarters, which is at Foam Pros on Gibson Lane behind Target. So if you have a dancer that's interested, just come on tomorrow at 5:30 and we'll talk about it, answer any questions you have, and hopefully get you fired up.
Yeah, that's a super cool opportunity.
Yeah, it's really fun. Jessica is very passionate about it, and she's a great dancer, great teacher, and so it'll be great. I mean, it'll be a fun experience, and I think the girls will really learn a lot. So
I agree. And then this Wednesday is Sam's last summer golf workshop.
Yeah, that's going to be at Northridge again, right?
Yeah. 5:30.
I can't believe it's her last one. I feel like, I know she did it during the summer, but Sam, if you're watching, I feel like we should try to extend it a little bit.
Yeah,
it could be
the
fall.
cooler weather.
Yeah, I know, that makes it more enjoyable too. I mean, it's fun either way. I mean, last time I was out there, it was probably 100 degrees outside, but it was so much fun. Yeah, you didn't care.
Yeah. She said they were going to have some special guests on Wednesday. So
yeah, she said something about that. I don't
know what that's about, but
yeah. Well, and if you can't make it to golf, which I hope you do, but if you can't, Texarkana Game Day is going to be live again at Walk-Ons on Wednesday. And we've had a school takeover each week, and this week is going to be the PG takeover. So we'll have cheerleaders, football players, and maybe some more special guests. So you'll have to be sure to tune into that on Wednesday.
Yeah.
So,
the walk-on shows are always really fun.
Oh, they're fun. And the atmosphere in there is really cool too, because not only do you have the kiddos coming in, but you've got their parents and, their teachers and directors and coaches. And it's a pretty cool experience.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's fun. So, and if you have kiddos out there that really love the Pleasant Grove Hawks, bring them out there and then, keep up to date, because as the football season goes on, we'll have all the kids from all the surrounding schools coming on. So yeah, it's a good time to bring your, little cheerleader, little football player out to meet some of the big kids.
Yeah. Have a little fan moment.
I know. We usually have footballs there for them to sign for the kids. I mean, it's really fun. I know my kid is always out there. He's always bugging. And I have to say this because it's really funny. If you've ever met my son Walker, he's a nut job. Like he's 7. He's just crazy. Well, he was there for one of the football teams, and there's a huge table full of guys, and I just hear Walker go, "Have y'all ever been to jail?" And I'm like, "Oh God, where's this going?" And Walker goes, "I have." And I'm like, ugh. I was like, my kid has never been to jail, although I may put him there sometimes just to give me a break.
A timeout, Jill.
A timeout, yes. But anyways, it was pretty funny. You got to watch him. But I mean, he loves it. Your kids would love it. Bring him on out. So
absolutely.
Yeah. Well, good. Well, we have a really good show lined up tonight.
We do.
Yeah. We have Cylas kind of helped set this up. She set up Landy Williamson. So this girl does a lot too. She is at Trinity. She plays golf, basketball. She's a cheerleader.
And softball.
Gosh, these multi-sport girls are making us look bad.
They are.
I know. We have to step up our game.
You've got serious time management skills.
Yeah, right. I need to stop watching The Office in my PJs every day.
And then we've got Michaela. She's from Texas High. She plays soccer there and also plays club soccer.
Wow. So she's probably busy too. Yeah. I'm really excited to have Jill Rowe back too.
Me too.
Yeah. I feel like, she was on one of our first shows, and she's somebody who we respect a lot. She has a lot of great knowledge about just, natural ways to keep your body healthy. And I think we're kind of in a time now where we want to pick her brain and see what she has to say.
Yeah. It's perfect time with back to school. And
Yep. And then hopefully some colder weather coming soon. So we'll talk to her. So do you have anything else you want to share? Or?
I don't. We'll take a quick commercial break and we'll be back with Landy.
Okay.
We are excited to announce here at Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital that we have expanded our capabilities to better serve our community. As a hospital, we have the capability for inpatient services. After your outstanding emergency care, we can smoothly transition you into one of our new inpatient rooms that have telemetry monitors in every room to continue your concierge medicine care. While our patients continue receiving their care in their inpatient suites, we also make sure that your loved ones are taken care of with our outstanding facilities. Our added services include a procedure room and also the capability of MRIs. With our imaging, we are able to offer outpatient, inpatient, and emergency room, MRI, CT, ultrasound, and X-ray. We are honored by your support and look forward to serving all your future medical needs.
Hey guys, we are back with the Trinity Warrior, right?
Yes,
Landy. How are you? Good to have
great.
you.
How are you? Thank you.
Yeah. So, we kind of gave a little introduction to yourself, but tell us more. Tell us more about you and what you do and all that good stuff.
Okay. Well, I've been playing basketball since I was in 7th grade. So I've been doing that for a while. And I've also been playing softball since I was, little, playing t-ball and stuff like that. And then I just started cheering. I used to do competitive cheer. And then I've been playing golf since 9th grade. So
Super cool. And you've really done well with the golf.
yes, ma'am.
I was saying before we came on set that I did a little research on her this weekend, and I figured out that you placed first in state when you went for golf.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, it was very stressful.
I would imagine
there were
so.
a lot of girls, and they were super good, and I was so shocked that I won first. It was very neck and neck between me and another girl on my team, and so I was just very happy that I placed first.
So when and where was the state tournament?
It was in Oklahoma. It was close to Tulsa.
Okay. How many girls would you say were there?
Probably 80 girls.
wow.
maybe.
Wow.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
So good. That's an impressive title to kind of hold on to. So now, was this for this past school year, or was it current school year already where you won the state title? Like, would you go again before you finish
Yes,
your?
ma'am.
Okay, so you
I
have
will.
an opportunity to go back.
Yes, ma'am. This spring.
And try to regain that title for a second time, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh wow. So would you say that golf? I know you do all sports, but would you say golf is kind of your main sport that you really try to focus, or are they all kind of equally?
I'd say basketball and golf are my two sports that I really focus on. I love basketball. It's my passion, but also golf. I love it too. My papa taught me how to play, and ever since then, I've just been hooked on it. So
Okay.
yeah.
That's neat.
So basketball and golf, though, kind of give me an idea time-wise. I mean, do they overlap the seasons, or is it pretty equal to where you can focus time on basketball and then you're like, okay, this is done, now it's golf time?
So golf, I try and practice all year round. It's kind of like once a week. I go to the driving range to keep the skill, and then basketball is just fall and a little bit into the winter. And what's really neat is our school used to have golf in the fall, and then they moved it to spring, so it gives me a little bit more time to prepare.
Yeah.
So I'm really grateful for that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It's nice you can do both.
I'm really grateful for that.
So what does your schedule look like during a normal school year when you have, it seems like you're constantly having to train and, keep up your craft. I mean, how early do you get out? Or do you mainly just practice late, or how does that look?
Well, sometimes we have morning practices, and those start around 5:30, 6, somewhere in there. And then we'll have practice in the afternoon, and then I'll go from either basketball or softball to golf. It just really depends. And this past year, softball actually overlapped with golf. So in my free time, I had to play golf, and during those scheduled practices, I was at softball practice. So it was.
Now, have you always been at Trinity?
Yes, ma'am. Since 7th grade, I went to St. James.
Oh, cool.
And then I moved to Trinity in 7th grade.
Okay, that's neat. We kind of had an experience kind of the opposite. Two of my kids went to Trinity as little kiddos, and we loved it. I mean, it's a great school,
It is.
and they seem to have really exceptional athletes as well come through there. So now, how is balancing school and sports, though? Do you find it kind of easy, or is it a little difficult to really have that good work
I'm really
play
blessed.
balance?
My teachers are really understanding. They're like, if I have a game that's like 3 hours away, because sometimes they're really far, they're like, you can make up this assignment, or I have to leave early, and they're like, you can make it up. But I really try and balance school ahead of sports, just because I feel like that's more important to me, and I want to get the good education. But again, I also want to be a good athlete at the same time. So I just try and balance it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's really good. Your teachers are willing to work with the athletes. That's really good, because I think both build character and experience for later on in life.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Yeah. What about, so you're a senior, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So do you have college plans already?
Not really. I want to play college golf. I want to go, and I don't know what college I want to go to yet, but that's something I'm looking at. I'm looking everywhere, anywhere. I just want to play. But I just want to go somewhere where I feel like it can fit in. So I'm just waiting on that click.
Someone had told me, I don't remember who told me or when it was, but that, because I have a daughter, and they were like, if you want to get a sports scholarship, you want to try to get a golf scholarship.
ma'am.
It seems, kind of explain that. Are they just, I feel like that's, I don't know, someone just said you want a golf scholarship. I guess you get kind of more bang for your buck. Is that the right word, I guess I would say?
Well, there's so many there's not enough girls to hand out scholarships. So there's like so many thousands of dollars that's just left that no girls take. So
It's really, golf, it requires a special skill, really. You have so many girls that are playing basketball and volleyball, but golf is tough.
it really is. It requires patience. That's the number one skill to have.
Yeah.
So
I could definitely agree with that.
She's like newly, like really taking golf seriously, and she probably kind of understands the frustration. Her face says it all.
Yeah.
She's like,
It's so much more challenging than it looks. You watch people play, and it's just like, oh, well, they're just hitting the ball. But it's so much more than that.
it really is. It takes a lot of focus and a lot of practice. And
Now, kind of talking about all your hard work, but what do you do to enjoy your time when you're not playing or studying or?
when I'm not playing, I try to hang out with my friends. And luckily, a lot of my friends play the same sports that I do, so it's pretty easy. And sports is just something that I've always done, so it's just been fun for me. So it's not really like, oh, I have to go to practice. Oh, I have to do this. It's kind of like an enjoyable thing that I do.
Yeah.
So
That's such a good attitude to have about it, too. I feel like you burn out a lot less when you look at it like I get to versus I have to.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of the questions you had on here that I liked was nutrition wise. Do you do anything in particular to kind of help fuel you for your sports and for your schedule?
It really, before big games and stuff, I try and not to eat a ton of stuff. I try and keep it like salads, something not heavy. And then after, I just eat whatever. I eat whatever my body tells me, hey, you're hungry, so go eat. I don't like, oh, I can't, I have a game tomorrow. Oh, I can't, I'm lifting. But no, I just eat whatever.
You just listen to your body.
Right.
Yeah. Good words to live by.
Yep.
I feel like I could do that a little more. Don't go to the Chick-fil-A line today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, good. Is there anything that you or anybody that you really want to thank and say, you're thankful for having the opportunities you have, or anybody that really steps up and helps you during your busy times?
Right. The main person that I want to thank is obviously my parents. They put me in a school. They pay for my school, and not a lot of kids get that. So I'm really thankful that they do that for me. And another person that I would like to thank is my old basketball coach, Coach Evans. He gave me a vision of his love of the game, basketball, and his love of sports in general, and I admire that, and I try and portray that, and it's just amazing. So yeah,
That's really cool.
I feel like that's a lot. Like we had Marie, I don't know if you watched last week's, we had Marie Harris on here who played for LSU and played in the WNBA, and one of her biggest things that she seeks is to have girls really learn and appreciate the game and enjoy it and have fun, because a lot of times you can really get caught up in and get burned out easy. A lot of kids do. So the fact that you had that coach that really helped you enjoy and love the game, and you still love it as much, that's great.
He's like a father to me, really. So
That's awesome.
Yeah. Well, good. Is there anything else that you had for Landy before we
I don't think so.
let her go?
You'll have to keep us updated, though, with basketball and with golf, because we want to see what you do this season.
definitely.
Yeah, just send us a message and let us know. We want to share all your accomplishments for sure.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you so much for having me.
Yeah, well, thanks for coming on. So we'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll have Michaela.
Right now at all Greg Orr Auto Collection locations in Texarkana. Shop from your phone, online, or in person, and make no payments up to 120 days with record low interest rates, drastic price reductions, and huge incentives on our vast and pristine selection. Plus, for sales or service, we will even pick up and deliver your vehicle to you. For all the money-saving details, please visit gregorauto.com. That's gregorauto.com.
We are back with Michaela from Texas High, and I'm so excited that you're here.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
Good.
So you play soccer at Texas High,
Yes, ma'am.
and you also play club soccer.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So just keep yourself busy. But we learned that you don't just play soccer. You're part of the sports medicine department at Texas High, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So before we get into soccer, tell us a little bit about that. I always see the people on the sidelines, but I don't really know what all do you do? What does a Friday night look like?
Well, you can only enter as a sophomore, and so sophomore year, we don't just give water. When you go up through 1, 2, and 3, I'm a senior, so I am in 3. When you get into 2, you start learning how to tape and do ice bags and like following around Forrest and the new trainer Carla. You just follow them around and shadow them. So sometimes they'll ask like, if a player goes down, what's wrong with them? Or we try and clean out if they have a really bad turf burn. We try and get on as soon as possible because those do get infected pretty bad. And so we have ointments and everything, and we give water, but we're there a lot more than what people think. We get called water girls, but that's really not what we do. We're there to make sure that our football boys and basketball, volleyball, soccer, softball, we're everything to make sure that our athletes are safe and okay.
You're almost a rapid first aid department, it sounds like.
Yes.
It's like a paramedic, like on the sidelines, like ready to go.
Yeah.
But like you said, depending on what grade you're in, what level you're in, I guess that gives you more duties and
Yes.
more. You do more.
Yes.
as the time
Normally, just one. You start learning how to do ice bags, but with our new assistant trainer Carla coming in, we're trying to get 2 and 1 more involved because our senior class for 3 is pretty big, and so we're trying to pass down what we're doing to 1 and 2, so they'll be ready and prepared for when we leave.
So
That's
cool. Do you have any goals to do, like sports
I
medicine?
do.
Or?
I want to be a PT. That's
cool.
really what I'm wanting to do. I have looked at being, sports med, probably a college, somewhere bigger if all else fails, a high school, but that's still perfect for me. It's what I'm very much interested in. So
It seems like such a cool program at Texas High too, because it really prepares you. Or even if you didn't want to go into the medical field somehow, it may be what motivates these kids to do so.
They try and push us, into doing it. That's why I entered it, because that's what I knew I wanted to do. And Forrest, the head trainer, actually, he helps us with resumes and looking at colleges. He's given me some very good examples of Texas State has a very good PT school, which is one of the biggest ones that I'm looking at right now. So he kind of pushes us and edges us to go, great place to go.
So note to self, on Friday nights, do not call them water girls or water boys. They are the sports medicine department.
Yes, we are.
Yes, a lot of respect for you guys, yes.
Super cool.
So tell us about soccer.
I started when I was 3, so I'm working about 14, 15 years. I played rec all the way until 9th grade, and then I started into travel. They tried to get me more into travel as I was in middle school, but I really didn't want it because I wanted to be around, and I just wanted to be in town with all my friends. And then when I started really getting more into soccer, hey, this is what I want to do for a career, I was like, no, I'm going to go play because it's huge opportunities. I play for Texarkana, but we do go under an Arkansas league. So I've been playing there for 4 years. I'm on and off right now because of football. I'm always there. But I'm also playing at school, so I'm very much in shape. Soccer is all I do. And so it motivates me to want to play. And at school, we do 2 days of weight room, and then we play and we condition.
Is that
very much
running?
Yes,
Lots of
very
running.
much of conditioning. Yes. But travel soccer has really just gotten me seen pretty much. We go to a lot of showcases. Recently, we went to Alabama.
Oh, wow.
In June, and we played in the regional tournament. We made regionals. We made it to semifinals and unfortunately got beat out. But the team that did beat us out, I think it was one of the Carolinas. I can't quite remember. They won the whole thing, and they went to regions all the way. So I don't know how well they did, but hopefully it was good. They were quite a good team.
Yeah, right.
They were.
So who coaches your travel soccer?
Jay Bimke, but Tim
Okay.
Grove is over all of us. And I very much appreciate both of them, especially Tim. He has helped me so much in a way and guided me to do what I love. He's just been there for me ever since he's been there. He's only been there for about 2-3 years, but he's been so much of a help to me these past few years, and I couldn't thank him enough.
That's great.
So now at the high school level, though, your coach would be Hillary, right?
Yes, yes, indeed.
We had her on too with another soccer star a couple weeks ago, or one of our first shows again. And she seems like a lot of fun. So tell us
Yes.
about Coach Cloud then. How do you enjoy
I do.
being under her?
She actually came in my freshman year, so I am her first group of 4 to go through.
Okay.
So she's excited, but upset that we're leaving.
Yeah.
We're a pretty good group, and it's just the 4 years we've bonded over each other. She actually calls me a nickname. It's a very weird nickname. She calls me Pencil Pouch.
What is it?
Pencil Pouch.
Pencil pouch.
Yes. I'm a very organized person, and
Uh-huh.
so on the first day of freshman year being in there, I actually lost my pencil pouch. And I buy expensive pencils and stuff, and so I was like, do you know where my pencil pouch is? She's like, no, ask one of your teammates. And I was like, okay. And so it just stuck with me, and that's what she calls me. Rarely will I ever hear Michaela or my last name. It's either PP or pencil pouch, and I know exactly who she's talking about. And everybody's like, why do you call her that? I'm like, it's a long, funny story, but it stuck for 4 years, so.
Still, that's it. Now,
Yes.
question, did you find your pencil pouch?
I did. I did, and I'm still using that one till today. So
Shut up, that's funny. Hey, some of those pencils are expensive. The ones that start with a T that are pre-sharpened that all the teachers want you to buy, they're expensive.
very expensive.
I love that. That's so funny.
So you say you're organized. That's probably how you balance the sports, the travel soccer, and
I am
school.
very organized. I try as much as I can to make it to travel. So my soccer is 5th period. So I'll go 5th period, and then I'll go straight to the training room. I'll get ready. I'll check football boys in. I go out. We get the water ready. I'm there till about 7:30, probably somewhere around in there. Normally my travel practice is over, but we do practice on Sundays. I make as much of those as I can, but I do work too.
Wow.
So I try and make as much of everything that I can.
So you have a job that
I
when
do.
you're okay.
I do.
That's tough. I would feel like I'm too busy. I can't work. Just give me money.
No, I work as well.
That's awesome. Where do you work?
The wonders of iJump. I'm a party host,
Oh,
so
that's
my
fun
goodness.
then. Well, sometimes I guess it would be fun.
Yeah.
Depends on what kind of rowdy kids you get, huh?
yes, it very much so. Yeah. Normally I deal with just the parents
Yeah.
and making sure that because moms are very
Particular.
cautious, yes,
Yeah.
on party days, and so I do my best to do everything that I can for them, and so that's what I'm there to do is just
Well, that's
host the
good.
parties for them. So
Yeah. Well, y'all do a really great job. We've had several parties up there, and it's always easy when you can just show up there and be like, let's just do it here versus your house or something. So,
Yeah, you just walk in here like, I'm here for a party.
Yep.
I'll check you in, and we'll go back, and you jump for however long you want. And
so if you need a party at iJump, request Michaela, huh?
yeah.
We're going to keep you busier than you already are.
Yeah.
Now, so I was going to ask what really got you started in soccer, but if you started when you were 3, I'm going to assume it's just something your parents probably saw a sign up for, right? And they were like, let's sign her up.
I did everything growing up. I left volleyball and basketball going into high school because I just wanted to focus on soccer because that was just a bigger thing for me, and I knew I could be more involved there because they did have a soccer team at Texas Middle School, but it was when I got into 8th grade, so I was like, well, what's the point? And so we were getting ready to get a new coach, so I was like, I'm just going to wait. And so it's difficult.
But soccer's your love, huh?
It is.
So you've played
It
it all,
is.
but you've narrowed it down to
Yeah,
soccer.
because, that was just the thing where your parents put you in, because ballet, gymnastics, t-ball, soccer, everything that you could think of. And then I eased off of everything, and when I got into high school, soccer just stuck with me for these past few years. Yeah.
And, you go into high school having Coach Cloud, and you've probably had an amazing time, too, and that probably makes it even better. Kind of like what we were talking about, on the previous segment about how you have those coaches that just really make it fun and don't, it doesn't feel like work, and you love it, and you love the game, and that's really special. I feel like Texarkana has a lot of coaches like that. That really just, all these kids around here that we've spoken to really just love what they do. So you kind of talked about where you want to go to college for, the sports medicine department or, PT. Are you hoping to still play soccer in college?
Well, if I were to go to Texas State, since it is a pretty big school, I actually would have to move off campus within 2 years because PT is not on their campus. I would do my prerequisites for 2 years at the Texas State in San Marcos campus, and then I would move to Round Rock. But they do have a club soccer team there, and so it's not technically through the school, and so I can just play when I please, and I wouldn't be I have to be there.
Yeah.
But I'm actually going to Lyon College in September of the first week, and I'm going to watch them play and talk to the coach. That's a huge one I'm looking at right now to go play there.
Okay.
So it's not off the table then.
It is definitely not off the table. It is on the table right now, very much.
Well, that's exciting. You could always go and play for a little bit and do your prereqs and then decide about physical
I'm excited.
therapy.
He's been in contact with me and my parents, so he contacted us from a tournament that I went to in Shreveport back in April, and we've been talking back and forth of when would be the best time for me to go talk to him and see him. So I'm going to the campus and then talk to him before and hopefully meet the girls and talk to them and see how everything is with them, and then I'm going to go watch them play.
So when you're not on the soccer field, on the football field, at iJump, is there anything that you do that you just really enjoy that you like to, spend your time being a kid doing?
I try and spend as much time with my friends that I can, especially with me being a senior. It's just heartbreaking to know that in a few months that I am going to leave everybody, especially if I were to go to, Texas State. That's, a good 5.5, 7 hour between in their range, depending on the traffic. And I try to spend as much time with my family that I can when I'm not studying, too. It's just senior year is a big load, and just trying to figure out where you want to go, and do I want to play college soccer, do I not? It's just, I try and spend as much time with family and friends that I can before I get out of here. So
enjoy your last year of high school. Well, good. Now, is there anybody that you want to say thank you to, or that you just really appreciate?
Definitely my parents and my grandparents. They are a huge help to me, and they're always there to support me no matter what. Whether I have a bad game, they always try to encourage me, because everybody has bad games. And so they're always there to encourage me, support me, no matter what. And Tim Grove and Hillary Cloud for sure. And Tim Grove has definitely made me want to continue my soccer career, and I definitely thank Coach Cloud for the past 4 years of high school and making, high school soccer enjoyable for myself, because I was so worried about coming in with the new coach because I knew the one before, but she definitely amazed me and made it wonderful, for sure.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, good.
Well, you have to keep us updated, too.
Yes.
Send us some pictures.
We start in January, so
Okay.
in the cold.
In the meantime, we can catch you on the sidelines.
Yes, ma'am.
So if you see her down there, just scream, be like, hey, Michaela.
Yes, ma'am. I'm always there. So.
Well, good. All right. Well, we'll go ahead and take a quick break, and then when we come back, we'll have Jill Rowe on.
A strong work ethic takes pride in a job well done. This is the kind of person you need. Express Employment Professionals can help because we understand what it takes to hire good people. It takes real people, real interviews. We find good people, matching the right skills for the right jobs. Express knows jobs. Get to know Express. Go to expresspros.com to find a location near you.
Beautiful, isn't it? Beautiful, handcrafted stone is our passion, and we ensure our customers receive the quality they deserve. We stand by our word, we stand by our products, services, and work that we do. Our team of experienced craftsmen and product experts have been perfecting the craft of fabricating and installing stone since 1998. Visit the Design Center at Red River Lumber to see the many beautiful stone options available for your next project.
We are back with Jill from Rowe Casa.
Hello, hello.
I'm excited to have you again.
Thank you. Thanks for having me back.
Yeah. I know I told Cylas you're one of the one people. Listen to me. Oh, it's Monday. It's Monday.
I feel
You're
that.
one of the people that we were like, we could talk to you about stuff all day long. And so when we thought about having you on, and it's a good time too. Well, not a good time, but you know what I mean? Like a time where we're back to school and, COVID's kind of kicking up a little bit more. And then hopefully we'll have some cooler weather, but that brings
All the other things.
all sorts of fun stuff.
Who knows what this time?
Yeah.
Who
right.
knows? Yeah. It's crazy.
So tell us a little bit about, with back to school, what does Rowe Casa have that could really, a lot of people, you hear stuff like take these vitamins, do this, try to, get ahead of the game. But what do you recommend? Because a lot of people do want to take a more natural approach, I think.
Absolutely. That's a great question. So, of course, I talk all the time about our number one bestseller, elderberry syrup.
Mm-hmm.
It's the one,
Yeah.
We've created the antioxidant infusion, which complements, in my opinion, as long as you don't have any autoimmune issues, it complements the elderberry really well. Right now, during this time, you really want to build your immune system. And so those two products for sure are great supplements. I always say the first step in building your immune system is supplementing well. Because you can eat healthily, but our food is very depleted in the nutrients that we need. So if you're not supplementing well, you may think that you're giving your body what it needs and you're actually missing some really important nutrients to keep, your body healthy.
Yeah.
And I think just a lack of variety in our diets can even
Yes,
cause
absolutely.
those gaps.
It's true. It's true that, even the doctors that oversee me, they are always telling me, even with my supplements, to change it up. Your body loves to kind of be shocked. And it really thrives when, like you said, you have variety. And so you could either take both every day and then take a break and try something else, or take them every other day, or maybe do half a week with elderberry, half a week with the antioxidant. That's a really good option too. So those are two supplements that we have. If you struggle with sleep, the tart cherry also is really great for inflammation, which can cause, you to kind of get sick or whatever. So that's a good one.
Oh, okay. So tart cherry's not just for sleeping, I guess.
It's really
it does
not.
others.
It's really not. The tart cherry sleep support is really great for regulating your sleep patterns. The thing I love about tart cherry is it not only has a natural form of melatonin in it, it actually gives your body the nutrients it needs to produce melatonin. Melatonin is the hormone we need that your body naturally produces to create healthy sleep patterns. And so tart cherry can do that from a natural route. But the valerian root and the chamomile that are also in the tart cherry are great for the nervous system, and I talk about that a lot when we talk about anxiety. A lot of us have that going on, and so that can be very calming to the nervous system as well. So that's another great supplement. Not necessarily, we don't push that as immune building, but anytime you're getting better sleep and more regular sleep, your immune system is much better.
Now, I feel like I've read something, I don't even know where, but can you overdo it on supplements, or can your body only absorb so much? Or, I'd hate, that's what I always get confused about. I'm scared I'll take too much of something.
The way I see it is, if you're doing a whole food form of supplementation, which is what we offer, it's like, it's food. you're really just taking food. I would do the recommended amount. You don't want to go overboard with anything. Too much of anything is never a good thing. But it's much safer than, say, if you overdose on some pharmaceutical drug, because there's going to be side effects and things. With food, it's just usually your body will use what it needs and get rid of what it doesn't.
Okay.
So that should comfort you a little bit.
And with most, nutrients, I wouldn't, not all are water soluble. So you don't excrete everything through your urine, but most, if you have an excess, you will. Like if you take too much vitamin C, you're going to excrete what your body can't use.
That's interesting. So your body kind of knows, hey, this is too much of this. We're going to get rid of it.
Absolutely. You'll notice if you ever do B vitamins, your urine will turn bright yellow, and that's just your body getting rid of what it didn't need.
Awesome.
That's very common. Okay. So
I didn't know that. I was always like just nervous about, am I doing too much? Am I not? But because I feel like we're in a time right now where I'm like, okay, I got to take these gummies, got to do this, got to take my elderberry. But then you think, okay, am I overdoing it? And especially with my kids, I want to. Well, we already talked about this. Some of them don't take the elderberry because they're just bad. But not you're bad. My kids are bad. They don't take the stuff.
Right.
But kids can take the elderberry as well, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yes. It's great for all ages. Great immune builder. We have the honey free, so your infants can take the honey free. I have little sage on it, and just sneak it in her bottle. And so, anyway, all ages. It's great for all ages.
I think another thing that's really important to say about the elderberry is, you can take it every day preventatively, but say you feel like you're coming down with something. You can do the tablespoon every 2 to 3 hours. And I feel like when I've done that in the past, or I recently had a good friend that's a nurse do that, and within 24 hours, symptoms are better.
Yes, absolutely. The neat thing about the elderberry and even the antioxidant infusion is it's great for preventive care, but it's also great for reactive care. So if you take it preventatively, hopefully you're keeping your cells healthy. I tell everyone we have one disease, and it's unhealthy cells. Everything else is just a symptom. So whether it be cancer, whether it be arthritis, whatever it is, that is your body's way of letting you know something's off. Your cells are not healthy. And so the neat thing about antioxidants, which is what elderberry is, and that's what's in our antioxidant infusion, it's a blend of berries that are high in antioxidants. What antioxidants do, they go in and they grab up these unhealthy cells that are looking to combine with other unhealthy cells, and that's what forms disease. They grab those up and create them back into healthy cells. So then they can create, not create disease.
That's interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So can't have too much of that right now, honestly.
I know. I love the way you explain things too, because of course, Cylas is a nurse, so she probably understands it better than I do. But you make it so simple to understand, and it really is simple. Is just getting rid of those unhealthy, those bad cells.
It's just kind of a different way of looking at it than what we've kind of been trained to do all these years, and it's really intriguing to me to look at it. Going through cancer last year, it forced me to kind of think outside the box a little bit about health and how to stay healthy. So everything I do right now is to have a healthy cells. If I can have health at the cellular level, then a lot of those other things just kind of fall off.
Okay.
So that's a big deal.
Yeah, that's interesting.
So besides elderberry, antioxidant, tart cherry, what else would you say is important now that we're back to school, gathering in bigger groups again?
Yes, that's a great question again. So obviously you can't just supplement, your body can still struggle if you're not doing some of the other things I recommend, which would be like exercise is super important. I've been reading a lot about our lymphatic system. I didn't know that we have so much more lymphatic fluid than we do blood. Did you know that? But there's nothing in there pumping our lymphatic system. So all of that fluid just
Is that where your lymphatic system, is that like where your toxins?
So like these right here that will sometimes swell, that's a lymph node, but you have them all over your body.
But when you're saying something gets in there and it can't get out, are you talking about like toxins in your body?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, bacteria, toxins, heavy metals, things like that. So keeping your lymphatic system is super important because that is what's moving and flushing out all of this toxic stuff that, we're going to all, encounter toxins. That's just part of life. No matter what kind of germaphobe you are or how healthy you are.
It's in our environment. It's
you're going to breathe it. Your food's not going to be perfect. And so if you really need to focus on moving your body. That is the pump to the lymphatic system. You know, the heart
Okay.
pumps the blood, but the lymphatic system has no pump. And so when you move your body, that's how you keep that lymphatic system, you know, like breast cancer, what do? They check your lymph nodes to see if it's spread. You want those parts of your body to be really healthy and moving out and clearing out.
So you're saying just daily exercise is a good way to keep that healthy.
And you don't have to beat your body up. You know, some people can do that, and that can be an extreme too. So I like.
She's looking at me because if you take it to the extreme, it can actually harm your immunity.
It can. And you know, these marathon runners tend to notice. But
oh yeah, because you'll go out there and run like 30 miles, and
I
Cylas is like,
know.
it's just a Saturday morning.
I know, we've had this discussion.
I love it though.
somehow.
Like I really strive to just be able to run a 5K.
I
and
mean,
you
I'm
impress
jealous
me
too.
so
It's amazing. It's amazing. It really is.
But you're saying that overdoing it sometimes can hurt.
Overdoing
your
it
body.
can also cause hormonal problems. It can cause, you know, your immune system to kind of not be as strong. So you want to have balance, but just a simple walk through the neighborhood. I bounce on a rebounder every day. It's one of scientific studies say it's one of the best things you can do for your lymphatic system is to just jump. There's something with gravity that it does to your body that flushes your lymphatic system.
What is that, like a trampoline?
I do a
kinda?
little mini trampoline.
Really?
And I jump. I play me some fun music and I jump 15 minutes a day.
Oh, that's a
but
good
that
idea.
is supposed to be one of the best ways to keep your lymphatic system moving.
Okay.
And it's fun. It's very easy. People of all ages can do it. It's very easy on your ligaments, and it's fun. And kids can do it with you. You know, if you have kids.
So note to Morgan,
the
let's buy a
trampoline.
trampoline.
That's right.
But with a net because we got a 3-year-old.
do that. Do that. I have the one with the bar where I make sure it don't fall
Yeah, like one of the
off.
workout ones, right? Yeah.
Yes,
That's really
yes.
cool. It's something so simple that you can do.
That's an easy thing.
I know. I love that.
It is. It's awesome. When I read about that, I was like, I'm putting it on my daily schedule. So exercise is really important. Watching out for all of your sugar intake. Right now, you know, it says that when you intake sugar, your body's immune system is depressed for at least 5 hours. So,
wow.
and that's processed sugar I'm talking about, not your fruits. You know, I mean, you do have to watch your fruit intake, but you know, your processed fruits, your high fructose corn syrups, all of that, those are going to suppress your immune system. So, you know, as parents, as teachers, we can make sure our children are going to school without all the sugary sweets. That's a huge way to just protect their immune system, because that 5 hours is a very dangerous span of time where they can pretty much catch anything when their immune systems are struggling.
Okay.
So I was trying to think. I think those are the main things. Just supplement well, exercise, and watch your diet. You know, the sugar is a big immune system crusher.
I feel like it's simple enough. I feel like I've seen you post about just kind of getting out in the sun, right? I mean, that
Yes.
natural vitamin D
Yes,
helps.
yes, that's another great natural way. You know, we hear a lot of talk about vitamin D right now and how that's one of your supplements you really want to be doing. So sometimes if it's not too hot, it's been so hot here lately, but I will take the trampoline outside and jump outside and get my vitamin D while I'm jumping.
Okay.
You know, we love to be out at the pool, so that's another great way. Of course, that's about to end come fall, but anytime you can spend time in nature or in the sun. You know, secondly, not just building your immune system well, but I don't know if you mind me talking about it, but it's the fact that we are overloading ourselves with toxic chemicals. I read the other day that, you know, your body cannot heal and stay strong in a plume of toxic fumes. And it's true. And so for me, you know, I think about that a lot with our teachers, our schools. They have the ability to promote health within their classroom. You know, if you think about the air you breathe, the cleaning products you're using, fragrances. No one wants to hear this. But if your product has the word fragrance on the back, you need to toss it.
Okay.
The word fragrance covers up about over 3,000 harmful chemicals. It could be it's their little secret recipe, and all they have to put is fragrance.
But it could be anything.
It can be over 3,000 different chemicals going in your product, and that is in most of our personal care products. It's in obviously our perfumes, colognes, lotions, things like that. And that's why obviously Rocosa exists is a huge reason. It's why we have so many products. Is because we use plant oils instead of fragrance, false fragrance.
Yeah.
That right now is a super important topic because this virus that's going around and all the things and the kids with RSV, those are respiratory illnesses. And so I really hope that people will start protecting their respiratory systems. You can do more damage when you're you think you're cleaning up and you're desanitize. I always say we're sanitizing ourselves to death.
Yeah.
Our bodies were made to encounter germs, and so I urge, teachers, schools, parents to keep that in mind. I was a speech therapist for 15 years. In the very beginning, I worked in the schools, and I noticed during the school year when I worked with kids all day long, they would just be snotting all over me. This is just what I did. And I noticed that when I was working with the children, my immune system was optimal. But during the summers, when I was off and didn't go anywhere, I would get sick all the time. And I started to put that together. I was like, so when I'm around germs, my immune system is better. So you take that, which is actually a fact, and you put it with what we've been doing here lately, which is masking and over sanitizing, and we're fogging our schools, and we're going to extreme lengths to keep the germs out, and everyone is sick.
Yeah. Well, when you say what deodorants and fragrances and hair products all have those toxic fragrances in it, you have a whole line to kind of supplement, more healthier products, right?
Yes.
I mean, I've heard you talking about the hair spritz and the dry shampoo. Do you have deodorants and things like that, right?
Yes, we have deodorant. We have every kind of body moisturizer you could want. If you like a lighter moisturizer, we've got the spritz. We've got, if you really need heavy moisturizer, we've got the body butters. We've got something in the middle called a lotion bar that you can rub. It looks like a soap bar, but you can rub it in. It's super cool. But they all smell really good.
Yeah.
Once you get rid of the false fragrance, you will never go back. It will give you a headache. You'll realize how sore your throat was when you were using it.
Interesting.
It's a big deal, but a lot of it is still. I'm kind of the weirdo still talking about it, but it's okay.
It doesn't hurt to try it. This is one of those things. I think that all your products are natural. They're not going to harm you. So what does it hurt to try it? What does it hurt to make a deodorant switch and see what it does? What does it hurt to take elderberry and just see if you stay healthier longer than you thought?
Yeah, it's not gonna hurt you.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's worth a try, and it may end up changing your life a little bit. So
that's right. That's right. That is why we have so many products, though, is because we wanted to create a healthier alternative for people who are getting serious about cleaning out the toxic stuff in their homes and their schools, things like that. So, it's hard to do if you don't know what to replace it with. So we wanted to be that place that people could trust, that they could grab. I mean, whether it be a stain remover or a multi-surface cleaner or a pit cream, I mean, we've got it. And if we don't, we probably will eventually. So that's just kind of where we're at.
So, teachers, moms, what would you recommend for cleaning?
For cleaning,
sanitizing
so
your hands, your house.
That's good. The first thing I encourage people to do is just take time to look at the ingredients of what you are using. We all do so much better when we understand the why of what we're doing. If you just toss it out because Jill told me to, well, it's not going to mean a whole lot to you. But if you actually turn that cleaning supply around and you actually look up the ingredients in that one item, just to kind of test it out, and you see all the links to cancer and respiratory illness and all the things, and you realize, hey, Europe has outlawed, 1,300 chemicals to our 11?
Oh, wow.
It's a free-for-all in our personal care and cleaning industry. And so when you realize things like that and you get your why down, it's pretty easy to make that switch. And so, you have to realize super hot water, vinegar, baking soda, back to our ancestors, those are still very effective at keeping your stuff clean. We make a multi-surface cleaner, plant oils out there that have antimicrobial, antiviral, antifungal. They have all of those properties, but what they do is they actually build your immune system while you're using them. They don't damage your respiratory system.
Yeah.
And so right now, the last thing we need to be doing is further damaging our kids' respiratory systems. For teachers, a couple of things you can do with, I talk a lot about air purity and the things we're breathing, so of course we have all the cleaning products. So that's there. We have an entire cleaning line.
Okay.
Just so everyone knows. But, a few other things outside of Rocasa that you can do. I have indoor plants. I don't know if you've read about how plants purify your air, but
Okay.
they actually grab up toxic chemicals in the air and absorb them so that you're not breathing them.
Yeah.
That's a really simple
Just any kind of
way.
plant, I guess,
Yes.
indoor plant.
Yes,
Okay.
and you can look it up. There's certain kinds, like I have one that's called like a snake something. Do you know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
the snake plant.
Yeah, yes, I have two of those. I have several, and I was good with plants outside, but inside it's kind of been a struggle. But find a well lit place. Teachers that's something teachers can do for their children at the school and for themselves. Because
I feel like that's good teacher gift ideas too for your moms out there.
An indoor plant would be awesome for them to have in the classroom. There are air filters. I use Air Doctors. I have 3 of them in my home because I'm super anal about it. But they actually purify air, bring in bacteria, things that are airborne, which is kind of what we're dealing with, and they purify the air. And so that would be, if several parents, they're kind of expensive, but if several parents wanted to go in, that would be a super awesome gift for your teachers out there, and one that gives back because your kid's breathing in that air all day long.
Yeah.
So keeping that air clean is another way to do that. Along, we've got sprays, immunity spray. Those oils, will kill whatever's floating out there, but it won't give you a headache, it won't make you start coughing, all that.
Okay. I feel like I need to make some changes on my beauty routines.
Cylas can help you.
Yeah, I've been on a major clean out at the house.
Oh,
Braxton's not quite on board with it.
He's still wearing his Old Spice and stuff.
I'm taking everything away.
I feel like we need like a Jill Rowe boot camp to because it's not, you simplify it too. That's the really great thing about you.
Yeah.
I feel like I want to be able to just text you and be like, hey, what can I do for this or that? I feel like you need like a boot camp where you in like 6 weeks I'm going to whip everybody in shape and we're going to change your life. Actually,
I would love that. I would have so much fun.
I know. You should. People do fitness boot camps all the time. You could have like a healthy.
I know.
Get healthy
Let's
boot
do it,
camp.
people. Let's
Take
do
your elderberry.
Yeah. Step one.
Toss your
That's always
Pantene
step
Pro
one.
V out there. I better stop. I said something about Old Spice and Pantene. I'm like, I better stop name dropping stuff. I'm going to get in trouble.
Oh my goodness. We got to go to Jennifer's house.
Yep.
We need
We're going to clean out your cabinets.
I just put new, those little it's not the Scentsy brand, but those little wax warmers that smell fragranty. I just replaced all mine today, but that's bad, right?
Oh my gosh.
Is that bad?
Yes.
And I've been suffering from headaches for 2 weeks now, so I really am. I'm about to go home and go through all my stuff.
Jennifer, anything with fragrance.
I know.
Anything.
And I wouldn't have thought that
Unless
though
it's
until
oils.
you said something. If it says
my
fragrance, you might want to toss it.
Cringing.
Yeah, my house smells like apple cider right now and all sorts of stuff.
Oh
It's
my
not
goodness. That used to be me. Listen, when I moved a couple of years ago into the home we're in now, and I had already started this journey, and I was cleaning out stuff. I had a whole drawer of the Scentsy, and I was just like about died. I was like, oh, what is this doing in my house?
you're like, it smells so good, but no.
And I was you back before I started because my sister was telling me, and I used to laugh at her, and I was just like, whatever. But here I was over here with my 18 sinus infections a year and nonstop allergies and just blah, just never felt good. But I didn't listen. But the minute I did, it's like my health just started taking a turn for the better. So
That's cool.
Now she says, I told you so, and we're going to say that to you eventually.
Okay. I'll work on it. By the next time she comes back, I'll do like those diffusers that have oils, right? If it's a natural oil, it's good,
great
right?
Idea. Yes.
Okay.
Essential oils, make sure they're pure. But yes, that and some water, that'll take you a long way.
And now you have essential oils too, right?
We don't sell essential
No,
oils.
you don't. Okay.
No, but
as
go
long as
for it,
it's like a
girl.
pure, you
Yes.
can stick it in there. Okay. Well, there's so much, if in your, kind of tell us, I know you sell your items local, but you can also go online to look at your products, right?
Yes. So we're pretty much sold on every corner in this town, which is awesome. And then, of course, we have our website. So you can go to rocasaorganics.com if you're interested in making some switches to some better products. So there's lots of ways. We had a Facebook Live sale yesterday. I do those occasionally.
Yes, I've seen those. Yeah,
And
those are good.
those are big hits. People sometimes don't like to navigate the website, so they like to just comment their order and be done. So they get to do that, and it goes crazy.
You make it easy.
So, yeah, that
Morgan
happens.
commented on here. He says a wellness boot camp could for real be a thing.
Who said that?
Morgan.
Oh.
It is because you should look into that.
I
would-
know.
I would
There's
be
so many
like,
things
okay, I'm
I want
signing
to
up.
do. I love that.
I'm just gonna let you come in my house. You'll probably have like 15
just
trash
have it
bags
here.
out there.
On location at your house.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, lady life on location. Let's clean out Jennifer's house. Ugh.
Oh my goodness, Jennifer.
I know I'm gonna be turning red over here. Like, I'm like, just don't take my face products away, right? I'm just kidding. You probably have all that too. I know. I love it. So one-stop shop. Just go to your website.
It really is. It is a one-stop
Everything you
shop.
can imagine is there.
It really is. We could probably, most of your personal care, we could replace about 90% of what you've got
That's
going
awesome.
on. And that was the goal. It was to make it easy. You know, you don't want to have to, but you know, when you're ditching and switching, it's already overwhelming enough. You can imagine. I always tell people, start with 1 or 2. Don't get overwhelmed. You know, 1 or 2 a month at the end of the year is a big change in your life. So, you know, but it is. You want to be able to go to one place and get what you need, and not have to go to 10 different places to get clean products.
Yeah,
So
the simplicity makes it all the worthwhile.
yes, when I started out, I was told not to do more than 1 or 2 products, and I just laughed. They were like, "Your business will never survive if you do more than elderberry."
Oh my gosh, you're
You
like,
should
who
just-"
told you
I
that?
know, a very smart businessman, actually. And so I took it to heart. I thought, you know, I just don't know if I'm gonna take that advice.
Yeah,
So
no, I'm
I
glad you didn't.
I know.
For sure. Well, good.
It's true. So
It all worked out in your favor.
yeah,
And ours, for that matter.
Yeah.
See,
I
this
hope
is
so.
why we need to have you back more, because we could have like a whole nother topic next time about something to talk about. I just love having you on. So
It's so fun.
it's very educational, very fun.
Yeah.
Love it. Change your life.
Now,
so.
well, we're going to your house next.
That's it.
I'll have to put Cujo in the backyard. I got a big old dog that might not let you in.
Uh-oh. That we can find a way around, don't you?
Bet
Yeah.
we can
We'll
too.
put
Bring
him out back.
snacks.
We got this.
Snacks and you can come in. Well, good. Well, I'm glad we had you on. Do you have anything else that you kind of want to say, or both of you, or ask, or?
I don't think so.
I think so. I would add just that if you get on Facebook, join the Row Casa Organics VIP group.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you mentioned earlier you just want to text Jill and ask her, but you can get on there and you can search at the top pretty much anything.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
somebody has asked and there's answers on there.
It's true. We get probably 40 to 45 people's, well, probably more than that. I don't even know. It's wild over there in VIP. We have probably 40 to 45,000 members, and every day we have people posting their testimonies on how what product did what for them. And so it's just very helpful as you're making those changes. You can be like, I have this issue. I wonder if anybody else in this group does. So Row Casa VIP on Facebook is a great place to get connected. You know, we cheer everybody on as they're ditching and switching. And, you know, it gets people excited. It has some accountability to it. And, I'm glad you brought that up.
And like you said, you can't. It's not just searching the products. It's people saying, "Hey, this worked for me." You can. I mean, it's all the testimonials are right there.
Yes.
I love that.
Absolutely.
Well, good. All right. Well, everybody, get ready to start ditching and switching after this, huh?
That's right. It's time.
All right. Well, so next week we'll kind of take some time off and we'll let you guys know. We're hoping to have another on location soon, and we'll keep you updated on that. But do you have anything else, Cylas?
I don't.
No? All right. Well, thanks so much for being here again.
Thank you. I love it.
Yeah, check out her Facebook page and website and all that good stuff.